big dick? Like, no, you just smell unemployed. I had to piss him off somehow.
And here we are.
That was pretty good. I don't know if that joke made it on. That was awesome.
I hope it didn't.
Do it a podcast. It's on video. Whether I keep it is
It's risque jokes.
I finally get Kevin Cummings on a podcast.
That's
You're
me.
here. I'm here every night with you.
He actually shows up on time.
Well, when he knows he's
No,
doing
what
a
happened is that for a long time I was on time, and it'd be like, be here at 9:30 for the segment, and then I would get here, and then it'd be like 9:58, and I'd be like, no, motherfucker, I gotta go do my job.
That's real.
And then all of a sudden, once I was late, and then the narrative changes where I'm the late one.
You know, it's the proverbial. You do it one time, and
Yeah.
you always,
Yeah.
you never.
Only takes once.
What's been on your mind? I do want to know. Yes, it is loaded because I know you can bring it.
Here's one that makes
Bring it,
complete
Kevin.
fucking sense.
Come on.
Why is logic not taught? But see, it's not. He was ready for something funny, but it is funny. Because, but like,
It
why is like the ability to think never fucking taught? Like everything's multiple. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I got in college was the first time that I was like, oh, you can actually learn how to think better instead of just you can learn more things in a row. It's like, ooh, I know this thing, that thing, this thing, but that doesn't help you when you have a new whole situation in front of you that hasn't been multiple choiced in your head yet. Like in the sense of like just logic. The reason I was thinking about this,
I was going to say, where are you going with it?
No.
because things that are less easy to believe.
Okay. Because I was.
But here's what it is. Here's the thing. I don't
For
understand.
example?
I don't understand how in the fuck this simple thought process isn't used more often. And I mentioned this to you the other day. But if this thing is claiming something extraordinary, I must therefore have extraordinary confirmation, or I have no reason to believe it.
Right.
You know, it's like if someone says I have a bologna sandwich in my bag, you're like, okay. If someone says they have a unicorn in their driveway, you fucking need to see it. But it's just so amazing to me. It's like when I see a pill that's like, this pill will make you feel slightly better. I'm like, okay, that's probably, you know, but if this one's like, it's going to make your dick 12 inches tomorrow, I'm like, motherfucker, I need some proof.
Right.
And I don't understand how this can be applied to, you know, saging your house or religion or ghosts, motherfucker.
Saging the house.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, yeah.
Did we have a mutual friend who went there with that?
Yeah, but I mean, we had tons of mutual friends, and there's obviously nothing wrong with sage. I mean, there's nothing wrong with burning your own house down if you want, but neither one fucking makes sure like there's no net positive either way. I just don't. And the whole thought process came out because someone's talking about white lighters,
Okay.
and it is what it is. People have like people say that white lighters are bad luck.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
Me
smoke,
personally,
so.
I heard that in college for the first time, and
Like
now
white
to this
people
day,
are bad luck. Just do it. But white lighters are fine.
You're surrounded.
What about the white police?
Oh,
Ooh,
God.
I went there.
Whoa, come on, man. Reel it in. No, but with the white lighters, I don't smoke anymore. But when I used to, people would hand me one. I refused to use it because 5 minutes after, if I like stub my toe, I personally am going to put it on the white lighter, even though I know the white lighter didn't
Which,
cause
again,
it.
if someone was taught logic, they would be taught, good Latin phrase, post hoc ergo proctor hoc, which means after this, therefore, because of this. In other words, you know, I'm drinking this bourbon right now. If I walk down and trip and break my ankle, I'll be like, oh, man, I shouldn't have ordered Elijah Craig. That was it.
Right.
It's like I just tripped. And just like when people have some, like the white lighter thing or whatever your good luck tradition is, whether you're a UK fan and you wear a certain socks or whatever, it's like just because something happened and then another thing happened, there's no, you know, tie necessarily.
Well, my friend and I were walking the other day, and he got ready to split the pole, and I was like, dude, don't split the pole. And he's like, oh, are you superstitious? I'm like, no, but if we walk across the street and you get hit by a car, I'll blame it on that pole. When I do it, it's more for like a kind of an anxiety superstition kind of. Like, I don't want to be anxious about thinking about, wow, I shouldn't use that white lighter, or wow, I shouldn't have split that pole, or wow, I shouldn't have walked under that ladder. We all have heard about like the black cat like crosses your path type thing. how many of us have owned black cats? Like all of us,
Yeah.
you know? So it's not like we really take a lot of this into account, but sometimes, like walking under ladders, I won't do that shit. It's not because I believe that something bad really will happen, but I'll be thinking about that in my head.
Walking under ladders is like walking in a puddle, though. It's like there's a possibility that it's a bad decision to do. I mean, ladders can fall or whatever. But I mean, the white lighter to me, or even if you think that your grandmother's going to die because you walked under a ladder, I mean, that's just as dumb as being Mormon.
I'm sorry. No, I was going to say, when we go out on one of your breaks, will the lighter be white that we use to...
Very likely, because I like enjoy having white lighters.
He likes Aryan lighters,
why, This is why it's great. It's great
all my lighters
white.
are Aryan.
You're damn right. This is why, though. It's because potheads are often superstitious. So when I pass a bowl around, I get to skip like 3 people. I save like $9 on weed. These dumb motherfuckers.
Bravo.
Touche.
Bravo.
Touche.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. This is what I like to do. We did this before. I'm going to let's just play along with me, rapid fire shit that's been going on. What's been your take? Well, the Lori Loughlin, the actresses, people in Hollywood who bought their kids into all the TV schools. Well,
from Full House.
Loughlin,
She was hot.
and she
was.
actually, she still looks
I assume
good.
she
Becky
is.
and
Rich
Becky.
people are hot longer.
They got their
And Becky can get it.
Yeah.
they're going after these guys. They're getting hit with all these charges. But here's what I don't get. Help me understand this. Why are the schools not taking a hit? Because aren't they working hand in hand? It seems like they're only focusing.
I don't think it was the administration necessarily. Was it?
There had to be something.
I feel like it was
schools.
like some test shit. Is what I heard. It had a lot to
to
do
get
with
past
tests.
testing.
Do you know?
They were having people take tests for them and things of that nature.
I mean, what?
I said I was going to offer some insight. So here's the deal: is you got something so far outside of what is normally misconduct in universities, which is normally sports related, and now you got somebody who's like, I don't know what to do, so we're just going to take her to jail, because when somebody does something that's horribly terrible, paid $500,000.
I don't even think it's some jail shit. I feel like she should just have to spend a ton of money to make
That's
the
what I'm
world
saying.
a better place.
But you got people losing their job, like in
maybe
sports.
she has to do one like porn, like a prison porn, like where she's just
Oh my
in a
God.
cell.
Definitely.
And Uncle Jesse like has to get her out of prison. I'll watch that
John
shit.
Stamos has to show up.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
In a
our
magic
lawyer.
Stamos
Mike
might get it too.
outfit.
I just go out to
Hey, dude, he's aged like fucking wine, dude.
But what I
My
mean
God.
Bob Saget can get it. I'm just
If
kidding.
you-
Oh.
But the press this is getting is like minimalistic compared to what, like we're in Louisville, Kentucky.
Holy shit,
I mean,
like, yeah,
the Rick Pitino shit,
or when-
and Adidas.
I'm from Knoxville. Bruce Pearl took some motherfucker to a barbecue. They talk about that for 9
That's what
years.
I'm saying. It's like these guys are chastised for that
And
shit.
got
but
hit
then-
with, yeah.
But I think that the NCAA in general, but I think the college system right now is just pretty terrible, and I don't have a lot of respect
How
for
much
it.
is it going to cost me to buy a chair on the admissions board?
Well, anyways, Lori Loughlin, to stay with her, she has been offered a 2-year minimum prison sentence as part of her.
That's ridiculous.
I mean,
it's as he said. They shouldn't go to jail.
Oh,
That's
she did say-
ridiculous.
She should just have to spend. I feel like I really do. I feel like just hit him in the pocketbook. Like you could actually make the world a better place.
probably could.
If she has to spend a ton of money on some scholarship fund on kids that are
some kind
actually
of
smarter than her
philanthropy.
ugly daughter or whatever.
Some kind of philanthropy.
I meant dumb daughter. Her daughter was hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah, daughter's hot too.
But I love that. Like I saw this video of her daughter. She's like, talking about it's so perfect. I'm like, you're really adding to your brand. She was like, I don't even care about. This is before the because she's like Instagram famous or whatever. Her daughter.
Yeah.
But she was like, I don't even care about classes. I'm just here for like the parties and stuff. And I'm like,
She actually
yeah, you
said-
definitely
Oh, yeah,
didn't.
that video?
You definitely did not need fake test scores at all. Like, what are you majoring in? I'm majoring in cock and light beer.
Major
And
cock.
light beer.
Minoring in a little pussy. I'm gonna give that a try.
Here's one.
They paid to get her on the rowing team.
That was awesome.
That was it. They paid to get her on the rowing team.
Rowing team.
Going back to marijuana real quick.
The rowing team.
More pregnant women are using marijuana for morning sickness. However, study shows that it could impact the child's brain. I think isn't that like a
Common sense.
Yeah,
That
because
seems
the pervert.
like
What is
kinda
it?
logical.
Marijuana use before a development of your brain, like before 25, can lead to.
that I've never
Yeah.
heard.
Especially under 18. Yeah, it can
Yeah.
be really.
Yeah, because your brain's not fully developed.
I mean,
Well, I'm glad I missed
now
that.
being said, like, you know, most kids have stories about smoking pot when they're younger. That's not really what he's talking about. It's like, but if you became a user when you're 14,
Right.
like your brain's not going to develop the same way it would.
I can see that.
But yeah, I mean, like that's just some jealous ass bitch. Like some selfish, like just stop being like just don't smoke, feel a little shitty, and then maybe your kid will, you know, get a job one day. Like you trying to visit your kid at Big Lots? Like,
Yeah, well, like a mom knows it intoxicates you, so she's not gonna be like, "Oh, I'll just get high and it won't affect the baby at all." Of course, it's gonna affect the baby.
All right, here's one that is from the first time I heard this to now, it still bothers me because
serious.
Yeah, it is. To me,
Okay.
it's serious. The South Carolina girl who got into the wrong Uber.
yeah.
We've
Well,
got
not an Uber.
what wasn't an
Yeah.
Uber, right? Who thought it was an Uber, got killed. And what's there's
Really, I know this is terrible.
Well, no,
Go
but hold on.
ahead.
There's video. It's actually video of her approaching the car, and the dude. It clearly it appears that he had an agenda.
Right.
They got him and all this stuff. But here's my thing: is that we all got friends. We all have female friends that we love dearly. My family. All seeing whatever. That is about as real as it can get. And I do, man. That is scary to think that.
Well, people call Uber when they're inebriated, so like
honestly,
that's the moment to strike. And I know Lyft has the bright lights. What does Uber have?
A lot of
I don't know.
Ubers have the same thing now.
Same
Do
now.
they? Okay, because I never
Yeah.
have the need to take them. So it's like there's got to be like some kind of beacon or something that lets them know by a cell
But
phone
here's
and
what
by
I
the
did too.
car.
I
because
asked some of them. I asked
That's a
like my
scary
daughter.
scenario.
I asked some people I knew, younger females, when they've used Uber after they've been out and they clearly have been drinking.
Yeah.
They may know the car, but do they know the person? The
Well, they
picture?
should know your name. That's the better way to do it. Just
Well-
they should
Or
say when you open the
this,
door,
yeah.
who are you trying to pick up? If they say, I don't know your name,
Well,
then it's not your car.
Clearly, this girl didn't.
Well, obviously she
yeah.
was, and let's be
And
like,
that's the thing. If
Right,
you're
this is so
hammered,
far
you're-
it's happened
yeah, right.
once.
They don't say my name, I'm not getting hit.
Has it? I mean, I
That we
guess
know
that
of.
we know. Stewart Askew in the house, man.
Are we live in effect?
Yeah, well, we're recording.
Okay. Cool.
You sat in a moment with us with Mr. Kevin Cummings,
Awesome as always.
but in talking to your people, talk to my people, demanded your own time. So here we are. You touched on something. You're kind of infiltrating my neck of the woods.
Well, much like the gent that was on when I arrived, I think Louisville needs as much, media and entertainment as they can get. And it was in fact actually you who inspired me. I will give you props for that. Kind of being part of the podcast. It was probably the third one that I was a part of for like a while, and I always kind of wanted to have a kind of a more urban kind of orientated like format to talk with, because I've always found myself as the black representative. And there's one thing black people hate is being the one black guy speaking for all black guys.
Chosen one.
Yes.
Or is
Or the
one of
token one.
no, even better. That very cool Eddie Murphy movie. Remember that one? Well, no, he wasn't, but it was the child.
The golden child.
Golden child.
Yeah, the golden
Yeah,
child.
yeah.
All right. Well,
You are the golden child.
oh, thank you. Thank you for knowing I was old enough to know that, get that reference.
Well, I know. I'm damn well old enough to get there. I don't know, Ari. You're
I'll be 40 on the 17th. This is in 8 days, ladies and gentlemen.
You really? This month?
7 days, yeah.
So you are an Aries still.
Yes, that I am.
My birthday's the 23rd. I'll be 52.
Are you a Taurus?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay, what is it, 22 or 20?
20, what?
21? Okay.
20, I think it's 21.
We'll split the difference.
Yeah, so 20 and a half. So really, you'll be 40 this month.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
okay. You doing anything? We doing anything going on with
Well-
your non-urban friends?
We'll see. Well, actually, I mentioned to him off camera that the day after my birthday,
Him has a name.
I mentioned to Kevin, Mr. Hale, when we were on the break.
If you're nasty.
Like, that was awesome. The day after my birthday, I'm getting a vasectomy. So that's my gift to
Let's
myself.
talk about- 'cause
a
this is-
$1,000 gift to myself.
How much is it? 1,000?
Yeah. Well, like I know, like some Dick Daddy, like super insurance might cover it, but like for the average person, it's kind of elective surgery, for
It
obvious
is
reasons.
elective,
Yeah. So yeah.
But you've never been married?
Nope.
What happens if you meet Miss Right?
Not gonna happen.
Well, I know it's not going to happen. But that
Well, not the Mrs. Right thing. Well, who knows? It could be Mr. Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
could be at this time. No judging.
They've
No
seen
judging.
me in the pansexual shirt.
If you're happy, I'm
people
happy.
know my stilo. Yeah.
You got a great smile that resonates with everyone.
I think we're making a love
And
connection here.
muscles.
Hey, Kevin. Maybe we need to have a couple of drinks and talk about this
Keep
afterwards.
it.
Hey.
The night is young.
But no, I've never wanted to have children. I knew this when I was like 14
Really?
years old.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in
Those
a
little Stew Askews.
no need.
Stewie Askewies.
When I was an adult living, 14 years old, a girl named Carmisha, I was dating her. And we were talking about the pregnant belly thing in class. And I was like, I don't understand why I have to wear a pregnant belly. I don't want kids. I don't have to do. And everyone, teacher, everyone's like, well, you'll want to have kids one day. I was like, no, I knew then. 14, I
You
knew.
did, really?
Yeah. It's just,
But why is that?
well,
Is it
it's
something
to
in your,
each his own.
No, I
kinda
get that,
thing.
but no, let me go deeper because I
Uh-oh.
think we can. Was there some?
Do we need a couch?
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I was talking about for intimacy, not for like therapy.
Do you need
but
to go horizontal on me? And
this has gotten really frisky.
put your
I'm glad
head,
this is on tape.
so.
Oh, Mr. Biden. But no.
I want to smell your hair.
But no, it's one of those to each his own. I understand why procreation exists, and I have tons of friends that now have kids. I've just never wanted that responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say burden, but that sounds too derogatory, so I'll say I never wanted that responsibility. To
Mm-hmm.
me, it's a 18 to life sentence that I'm just not, just not ever really wanting. I want to be able to be like good for me and my significant other.
Here's the trade-off there too. The reality is that at 40, if you meet, especially if you have a significant other at anywhere close to your age, they're probably done with kids.
Right.
So,
And that's what I hope for.
Yeah.
I hope to find like someone. If I
and
go
if- and if
older,
he's-
I know
and
I'm
if he-
safer.
And if he's a male, he
Yeah.
can't have kids. Anyway.
There is.
So the grandma that we pointed out earlier, remember on the
61-year-old.
You
Yeah,
can always go that route,
And,
right?
in that conversation, I was like, dude, I wouldn't let my wife do that because I would never have the kids to need it.
Jesus Christ, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to each his own, man. We kids are cool. I don't
So
hate kids.
you're having that win.
Oh,
As we
the
record,
18th, April 18th,
Is your-
2019.
you're going to do the.
Yes,
Yep.
the vasectomy occurs at I believe 9:45 or 9:40.
And it's outpatient now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm gonna have someone drive me in and drive me out, and then for 2 days I'm incapacitated with a pack of peas on my nuts. And after about 6 months, I should be good to go. Not for sex. Trust me, it'll be way before then, Kevin. We got our couch time. But as far as like being like totally in the I'm good to not have kids. About 6 months, I should be safe.
Yeah, that's right. It's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of one of those decisions. A lot's happened since I've been on here, man. I've made a lot of life
I know.
choices, Made a lot of life choices.
Interesting. Because first of all, you have a spot on the show anytime you want.
Yes.
I totally enjoy your
You're
company.
definitely going to
you're-
visit mine.
well-
That's going to happen.
Well, I need to work on my tan.
Don't say-
I need to do that, too.
Okay, it's not
And
all
I gotta
black
get,
people.
I gotta get my ebonics.
It's not black people. And it's funny, like, I hope, like, well, I know if and when you tune in that, like, for the first episode, we kind of introduce ourselves and talk about ourselves a little bit. So you'll be able to get a feel of, like, how
I
we're,
can't
like,
wait
coming
to
across.
see this, man.
Well, one thing that's cool, me and Mr. Hale were talking about editing, like off camera. Editing fucking sucks.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
my
that's
God.
Why I refuse. If I have to, and I do here's actually this is really all I do with my. I press or push not to edit anything. Is what I say because it's shooting from it's a shoot. We're just shooting the shit.
Right.
Now, if you have
Shooting from the lip.
yeah. So if
Roll
I have
credits.
to edit, the other thing too, I have to make some note that at the certain minute mark, because here's the truth is, I never go back to watch these episodes. I'll listen. I'll do occasionally. I'll just because podcasts. I have the audio part up, so I'll go and listen every now and then. But the video part, all I do is get the start time set and the end time set and leave it as is. That's it,
Brother.
And I don't want to. I don't want to edit because
so many YouTubers I would hear talk about editing.
But
They're like, "Oh wow, this is gonna make my
brutal.
editing." Oh, dude,
Oh,
there
goddamn
was
it.
a session where I was literally at my computer for about 9 hours, and when I say that, of
And
course
then-
I got up and I moved around, and did stuff.
But
you're
a 9-hour window.
You're there.
How much? What was the final content? How much?
Oh
was
wow!
the time of
Yeah,
the final
probably about 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Probably about 30 minutes.
No, it's- yeah.
And I realized
like,
there's a
no.
learning curve to certain things, and even when you tune in, to our audience and to you, Kevin, you can see a progression through the splits of the 3 parts of the episode. It
that's
gets a
not
little
so
bit
bad.
easier, but
Yeah.
when it comes to splicing in, I'm saying, a little quick
Yeah.
catchphrase from a movie or something like that.
But here's the
you have to dig it out.
trick.
And
What's the tool you're using to?
I use Final Cut Pro.
Okay.
When I was looking to see a lot of editors of content on YouTube, the
Did you have to
3
pay
that
for that?
Yes.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. It's $300. Well, if you get a MacBook or Mac Pro, you already have it. You might already have it on yours.
No, I don't have it.
But
I can tell you what I use.
It's
Honestly,
so simple.
It is what comes with this Windows app. It's Movie Maker.
oh, movie. Okay.
Yeah, but
that's the
anything.
that's the PC version of
that's
Final Cut Pro.
So what I do with that, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
So
Literally, yeah.
So what I do, if I have to do a cut, I might. You can do a fade in, and I want to show. I don't want it to be all of a sudden you're here, and then the next sequence you're, faded.
well, that's one thing that I notice when watching people on YouTube.
But again,
a lot of people
I refuse to. I don't like that.
A lot of people that edit would just do jump cuts. So it's them here, them there, and trying to keep the movement going. I would do that in terms of for comedy or something like that. But it takes so much work, man. God, it takes so much work. And you can wait.
Those quick cuts don't. It kind of reminds me of the back in the day when you would see a Babe Ruth clip and you'd see.
Right, and something's kind of chopped out. It's whoa, okay, that's just old school
early
film.
1900s.
Yeah, but yeah,
really, I mean, okay, you mentioned being on the podcast. What else inspired you to do this?
Well,
besides being black,
in all honesty, with everything I've been through, and I talk about this before our band session. With everything I've been through, I think that certain people that are disenfranchised. Well, certain people that are disenfranchised need some kind of representation. I ran across people like that when I was doing my small stint when I was incarcerated. When I was wrongly incarcerated, I should say that.
Yeah,
and there were so many people that I came across where it's the system itself was just set up not for rehabilitation, just to kind of keep people in this hole. And for what I've been through, I know if I wasn't as well off as I was, I would have been in that hole. And there are many, many different issues we've talked on here about. These next coming years are going to be very interesting. So I just want to have an urban format to where urban youth and just anyone of color.
I'll tell you what, if you're going
White
to
or
do
black.
that, and it's not per se it's real conversation, right?
Yeah.
The guy I had on earlier, that might be a guy you would want to. That would actually be kind of a really cool.
We are literally going to be open, and this is one thing we expressed in our first episode for any and everyone that we know that thinks they have something to contribute to be a part of this, because it's about everyday people. We stress this in the very first, the very intro to it. It's about everyday people. We're not looking to be influencers or whatever the hell they call Instagram people nowadays. We're looking to actually make a difference, first and foremost in our community and the people around us, and then maybe if someone across the country can see something like this, they can put that into their community. Mm-hmm. Just positive thinking and building towards making America great again. Yes,
but in a black hat.
Yeah, well, not the black hat. And I was getting ready to say rainbow colored hat, and then that takes it another place. Okay, but just in a like getting back to where like people can be freaking
hat.
honest. For me, like if I don't like someone, I can say, hey, I don't like you. And black white doesn't have to be the most relevant factor,
exactly,
and it should never be. You know, and my channel's about music. It's about comedy. We're gonna have skits. We're gonna have like by next week or week after next, we're gonna have skits.
This YouTube channel created?
Yes, it's basically a variety show. I just checked. I just checked when we were on break. Our first part of the video is 65% loaded. So by this time tomorrow, the episode 1 will be up.
How long is the first episode?
The first
Duration.
episode, I believe, is probably about 26 to 30 minutes. The next one's about 26, and the last one's about 30.
Oh, you got 3 episodes you're going to be uploading.
It's one episode broke up into 3 parts.
Okay.
That way it's easier to digest.
Okay.
And the last episode is majority the musical performance by our house band.
That's cool.
It consists of a gentleman named Steve Jita,
You just one up me.
a guy named
Well,
Pigeon.
no, do I? At this time of the night?
It-
I kind of have a house band at this time of the night.
Yeah. Well, this is
He's
like,
a one-man band, but, you know.
I'm literally doing my own variety show without having to hit up NBC or like, you know what I'm saying, TBS. You know, like it's a variety show.
You know I got you. You're my boy, and I will do what I have to do or need to do, want to do to help you out.
I appreciate you providing an environment to where I could kind of get back into this, and my channel talks about that.
Good.
Real quick, can I say something?
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, the main reason the channel was like made is because when it comes to live performances, like comedy, I was low hanging fruit for a lot of like hack comics, and like successful comics in Louisville. You walk in, and like automatically they know they can throw a joke about you before you go on stage, or when you get on stage, or when you're off stage. My incident wasn't funny. And a lot of comics, I'd say damn near every show that I did where they were actually like, I'm on a bill.
They brought
There
that
was
up?
someone that would like, one guy was like, I got shot by a water gun. I mean, I got shot too. That's not funny. I'm in the back in the shadows, like trying not to like grimace
You know
or
what?
frown at him because it's not funny.
Can I ask you? You shared this story months ago on a previous podcast.
Yeah, very briefly. And for certain reasons, I can't go into detail now.
Yeah, but
it's just,
what can you?
we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But the point I was saying is like this variety show like allows me to be in an environment where I don't have to worry about outside like influence, like hindering that, especially when it comes to musical like performances. So this is more about like me like kind of resetting to be able to do the arts and like certain things I've always wanted to continue to do.
Are you still doing the comedy thing? Like,
well, it's going to be through this format. As I said, there will be skits.
This will take, okay.
Within a week and a half, there'll be skits on our channel. We already have like so many things lined up. That's where I've been for the past 3 months, 4 months. I mean, laying low
all the
and
times
working this.
I couldn't find you, or you no-showed, or
After Christmas, well, we saw each other in November.
because actually it was a while I hadn't seen you.
Yeah. Well, literally, I was just
That
laying
or
low.
you were in witness protection, or you were running from the law
Hey,
on the lam, or
saving money and working on this. I was dropping breadcrumbs to people. Hey, I got something coming in maybe a month or two. Well, now we're 4 months after like 2 or 3 months. Nah, here it is. It's coming to fruition.
pulling the trigger. Huh?
Yeah.
Not to
It's going to be good years for
reminisce.
us. We're both going to have so much, and we'll do crossovers.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what we do.
I'm all
That's
about
what
it,
we
man.
do.
Because here's the thing, man. It's I'm at the point where with this podcast is that, and I thought about this the other day, is that how much longer? I'm at the point of this podcast where I have to. It's been over 4 years, and it's on my dime. There is this expense that I do occur every month to, or just period,
I'm
to
sure.
do this. Just, for the platforms and just time, energy, whatever. And it's at a point where I thought, the mindset is that I've got to either, if I want, and I do want this, I want this podcast to be something that gives something, I can get something back out of it.
Right. Monetization.
Yeah. I've got to somehow monetize
Monetize,
this.
yeah.
And So I've got to pull the trigger. I got to make that happen, or I'm going to start losing a little.
Well, the thing about this is, like I said, I think there should be a synergy for, like, you know what I'm saying, everyone that works together. From someone that can testify to Louisville comics kind of being, like, cliquey, this region can't grow entertainment-wise, and that be it, like, comedy, like, free-flowing media, without people working together and making it something. Everyone trying to, like, be crabs in a barrel, that's not going to work out for anyone. Mm-hmm. Because, let's be honest, we're not in New York, you know? So, like, let's everyone eat and build more, like, a bigger dinner table. Right. And, like, you know what I'm saying, more food can be brought to it. Rather than, like, people just going for, like, scraps that fall off the big table that WHAS holds or whomever. You know what I mean? Louisville needs a better identity than people tuning into 84, like WHAS, and listening to right-wing rhetoric that keeps people, like, closed-minded.
Well, that's the benefit, is that the truth is, and I touched on this with Wayman earlier, is that, you know, before the internet, social media, people who were doing what I'm doing, you had to go to school for that. You had to have some journalism or whatever degree to get. Right. Now anybody can do this. I'm proved that anybody can do that. This is not what I study for. Blah blah blah.
But you have to be you. You got to bring some Kevin Hale to the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
it's not everyone can do what you do, buddy.
A dime a dozen. I've got to add something or
you're
do
not
something
a dime a dozen, though, mate.
Well,
trust
I mean,
me.
it. Trust me. The first, definitely. Well, actually, probably first year of my podcast, they're nowhere to be found. I've deleted them all because they were just I couldn't.
I can only hope in 2 years I'll be deleting the first videos. Yeah, I can only hope that, right, you know.
And I think that's a good point.
I'm like running a bar. You know, the success rate of those. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you're 4 years in to, like, running a bar. Kudos, but motherfucker.
It's taken me this long to really kind of get my groove, and you know, and a lot of it, I'll say it. People have said when they watch my podcast and they they knew of Joe Rogan, but they didn't know my podcast. So then when they looked at my podcast, they're like, do you ever watch Joe Rogan? The way you're doing yours kind of looks like Joe Rogan. I'm like, yeah, because I'm a Joe Rogan guy. The only thing, my next step is that I've got the hard shot here, but I'm going to add 2 more cameras, one facing me, one facing the guest, that somebody, either me or someone will be
brother. I can tell you, it's a lot of fun editing that, and I'm not being fucking honest. Oh, good God, yeah, it's so much fun editing that.
Yeah,
when I said 3 hours for 30 minutes.
Here's the thing: is that Joe Rogan, listen, you watch his, he's got a guy who's producing it, and running the
that guy's getting paid.
They're not editing it. It's a live podcast, so they're taking that, and that's I don't want to do that. I'll fucking do the switches myself, but what you see will be what you get. I don't want it takes too long.
Nah, if there's a switch set up, let me know how you get that. I got to B-roll everything and like sync it up.
So you got, man. But you don't have you're doing multiple. So
yes.
But how's the audio going into all those?
It's kind of funny. Well, my partner, he has a Dick Daddy camera. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That is the actual name on the box. It says Dick Daddy camera. It's awesome. But the audio pickup is really good. So we run the audio just from that one.
Are you running it into the camera or just using the mic from the camera?
Using the mic from the camera, and it's a great
good?
pickup.
Okay.
Yeah, with the other two, and this is a funny thing. If and when you watch the episodes, the first episode I lost the B-reel to one didn't have sound, and the other one was kind of sketchy. So as it progresses, part 2 you see a lot more B-reel. Mm-hmm. Part 3 is loaded with B-reel, but there's a lot of jump cuts and small movie snippets added in for flavor. But when it comes to that 3 camera type deal, you have to basically run them together, and then when you make that expression, I switch over to you and vice versa. Yeah.
Well, here's what I know is that there's a mixer that you can for a 3 camera, you tie the mics into the mixer. The output will go to each camera, so the audio is still you still
In sync.
yeah
Yeah.
and
Bro, I know some people. A channel I watch, Red Letter Media. I know they probably use that, but from someone that had to do it the other way, I wish I had the money
Yeah,
for that. And
yeah,
we'll see how that goes. But you know, dude, it's not that hard. Final Cut Pro, it's an amazing program. Send me free shit, but like it's
Well, the other thing too is that there's still, once you do the switches, you know, to go to each camera, whatever, there's still a software that captures the show itself. So you're not having to, well, just like Joe Rogan. I mean, it's
okay. We're gonna have to talk about this program when we get off here because this sounds interesting.
Yeah, so 3 cameras like Rogan does, and you know, with with switching each camera, there's still a main video that's capturing the show.
Yeah, it's just the
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so, anyways, but I'll plan on, that's the route I'm gonna go.
okay.
One of the things I with Wayman I brought up too is, did you hear about the state passing the bill on medicinal?
Yes, that's the first domino, I guess.
It's the first step,
which is good.
Yeah,
which is
absolutely good.
For the audience, I'm currently have a vapor with CBD in it now. There are so many advantages to hemp and like marijuana in general that so many states have like acknowledged. It's just a matter of time. If the state, Kentucky, can make money off of it, then it'll get legalized. That's what it boils down to. More money than they
Other
make off the
states are doing it.
citations.
So yeah. So here's the thing too, where I'm going with this is that Adam Edlin, the Democratic candidate.
What do you think about Pete Buttigieg? I'm
I
sorry.
want
go ahead.
to hold that because I want to go there too.
Okay.
But Adam Edlin, who is a Democratic candidate, gubernatorial candidate, on Monday said that while he has never smoked pot, Kentuckians carrying small amounts shouldn't be locked up for lighting up. And as I told Wayman, I'm like, one thing this country is good at is incarcerating black males for, this small time to me.
Yeah.
Small time.
Yeah, that's
So
when I
his
talk about that's the trickle
pot
that
smokers shouldn't be locked up. So this all ties into, and I was bringing this up with him because to like Jared Kushner's credit, and I told him
to his credit. Okay, I'm interested.
yeah.
I'm interested.
He is an advocate of prison reform, big time advocate. Van Jones, do you know who Van Jones is? He's check him out. He's a black guy with CNN. He has his own show, Van Jones Show. He's a Democrat.
Okay, that's what sounds familiar.
But he to Jared Kushner's credit, he brought who had been really into prison reform. He brought Van Jones. Van's on the team. They work together. They are making progress on, doing this prison reform thing. Where, you got to get the petty.
Take the non-violent crimes and like small petty drug users. It's one thing if you're like a heroin addict who like beat his mom up and like stole her VCR. Mm-hmm. It's another thing if you're a kid that like got found with a pound of pot on you because you're trying to make like some extra money and a buddy of yours like, hey, here's how you do it. Take that away. But on the same end, and this is a discussion for another podcast, I believe that when it comes to murder and child molestation and certain things of that nature, take away this appeal process that keeps the taxpayer paying for people to live for 15 to 20 years before they actually get executed.
Capital punishment?
Oh, wholeheartedly, and that's the point I'm getting to.
Same.
Make that happen a lot quicker. Make that process expedient. Mm-hmm. If you kill someone and you get like sentenced for first-degree murder, that's it. Yeah. We're not in a day and age to where a false person is going to get convicted like back in the day. People always bring up, DNA overturned so many. Okay, that's fine. We're in 2019 now. If someone like gets convicted for murder, chances are they did that shit. if they get convicted for first-degree murder, there's a 99.999% chance they did that shit.
Did it and was premeditated and all.
86 them.
Yeah.
You know, don't let them sit around appealing for like 8 to 10 years. 86 them. There's actually going to be a punishment immediately for your crime. Not, well, I can kill 80 people, or that guy that shot people in Vegas or whatever, and still hang around. No. But the pot dealer gets put in for like 3 years because he got caught with a pound with the same guy. Maybe not.
Well, here's the cool part though. The people, and this is where, and I probably shouldn't. Well, I'm gonna say it. This is how my mind works.
Preach. Spit it, girl.
I am for capital punishment. Any type of premeditated murder, assault, even assault too, depending on yeah. I mean,
what if you paralyze someone?
That or you're assaulting a child. Yeah. Now, my thing is that I'm kind of a fan where justice kind of plays itself out in prison.
Yeah. Hey, send child molesters on in there. You know. Seriously, I mean, they'll get their due.
Right.
So, like, when it comes to, like, murderers and, like, rapists and killers, dude, there's no reason you should be like, well, I'll just appeal this for 10 years, even still, and I'll be around. Or you get, in some states, a life sentence without parole. Great. Now the taxpayer can just pay for you. And trust me, I've been inside a prison. It's not a pleasant place by any means, but at the same point, we're all still paying for it.
I haven't been, but I can honestly say I'm not built for prison life.
I wasn't built for prison life. I just could look gritty enough to where, didn't have to worry about anything. Wow, this is so weird, non sequitur. For anyone just tuning in, what the hell? This guy? That guy? Well, because he's got a Wu-Tang shirt on?
It is.
Yeah. That's why I got sent to prison, because of the Wu-Tang shirt.
How long were you in this?
KSR, I was, okay. I was in there.
You don't have to answer if you don't want.
I don't know. Maybe almost 2 months. Maybe a little bit over. Yeah. Maybe a little bit under. Yeah, it was crazy.
State reform.
Yeah. But once I could stand up,
they
shipped me down there.
Harden?
No, they put me in the medical facility. When I could stand up, literally take a walker to go to the bathroom, I had maybe been conscious 2 days. Yeah. It was, we need to go ahead and get him to Kentucky State Reformatory immediately, because I think it was more for sequestrement. They said it was for medical treatment and to keep me in custody. It was
that situation has not, that part of your life has not officially closed.
No, it is not. No, it's
still
not.
ongoing.
That's why we can't talk about it. But I mean, I can share that small tidbit because it's just true to fact. Yeah.
Can you wink once for yes or wink twice for
no. all I could say is that I was found innocent of the crime that put me in that whole situation, and now I'm trying to move on and make sure there's accountability.
And hopefully,
the end. The
that's
end.
The case.
Yeah.
And the end, right?
Yeah. All right, so can we get some of that Joe Biden couch time? Let's smell your hair from me here. Mm.
Has Joe Biden ruined his presidential chances then?
This is what kills me about Democrats. They wonder why they can't win at politics because you concentrate on the most stupid things. It's the same thing like last year when Hillary didn't attack Trump. What's he going to do, stay calm and not, lose his shit? Go at him. With this thing with Joe Biden, it's look, we have someone in the White House that said grab them by the pussy. Can we move on?
Well, in fairness, he said that before he got into politics.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. Joe Biden's had done a lot of handsy-touchy things before he's gotten to this point.
Here's the thing. Why didn't his BFF, Barry O, pull him aside and say, Tony, bring it down a notch.
As someone that's touchy-feely myself, I'm saying, Kevin, I've given you hugs. When I give you hugs, I like, ears to touch. I like to get in there.
There's no video of that, and you're not running for...
But where is the difference, though? he
Fair.
wasn't doing it maliciously.
No,
he seems like a loving, caring person. So if he's more
Grandpa
touchy-feely than some people are accustomed to,
Yeah.
I've came across that. I've grabbed people, I've touched people's ears, and they're like,
But
whoa.
but unfortunately, if he is definitely going to make a presidential run,
I'm
this
down for
shit is
Buttigieg.
well. This say it again.
I'm down for Buttigieg.
Well, there. Yeah,
I actually have the pronunciation spot on, by the way.
I'm glad you do.
It's so Buttigieg.
But he's just,
Mayor Pete.
He's going to back to Biden. He's going to. This is going to get thrown in his face. And
If
honestly,
the Democratic Party honestly lets that happen, then that's on them. It's them shooting themselves in the foot
I agree.
all over again.
Totally
It's
agree.
them yelling at Howard Dean for being passionate and saying, woo, we're going to take this state, woo, we're going to take this state, woo. And then next thing you know, guess what? You're not the front runner
Woo,
anymore.
woo.
Because you got
Wu-Tang.
because you got passionate. It's the Democratic Party shooting themselves in the foot again. It's so frustrating. Republicans win because they play politics better, and in all honesty, they're just more forthright. At least they say "fuck you" to your face, you know, even if it's through policy or just outright. Democrats want to be liberal and
well,
limp.
let me go back to
liberal.
South Bend's mayor,
Mayor Pete
Mayor Pete. Say his
Pete
last name.
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
Yeah, Buttigieg.
Yeah, he was on actually.
He just it's like Antetokounmpo. It's like Giannis Antetokounmpo. You can't like try to compartmentalize or like do it. You just got to go Buttigieg.
Which I think he should be MVP of the league.
Yes,
Over Harden.
Antetokounmpo,
but
yes.
Anyway,
Yeah, we're calling that right now.
Mayor Pete
April
was on
9th, 10:57. We're calling that.
Mayor
Go.
Pete was on Bill Maher recently. Good segment. You Google it or
Oh my
YouTube.
God,
It's on
I missed-
YouTube. It was
okay.
like an opening monologue. One of his. So it's there. Good stuff, and I thought it was solid. But I'm a fan.
I was when I heard his story, like on the Daily Show, I was kind of like, what? And then I heard the guy speak, and I was like, wow,
Very
he can
intelligent,
actually.
yeah. Well, here's this thing. Here's what blew me away about him. I didn't realize he was gay,
Yeah,
and not just gay. He's openly
gay. Yeah.
married.
Yes.
Mayor of South Bend, Indiana, which is
Down in Indiana.
is in Indiana is a red state,
Yeah.
and South Bend is in it. Is it kind of a? I mean, the race divide there, isn't it?
I just saw a brief segment on the city, and like I knew it was in like dire straits financially, and then, like he had done a lot to like bring in like you know what I'm saying like a lot of like change to it, and that is what I found admirable. The guy's approach when I heard him speak, it seemed, especially given his background being a gay gentleman and things of that nature, he seems like someone that would go after Trump because Trump might try to bring up certain things that he's proud of in his life. And,
Did you
his
see
character.
the comment that
Trump made about Biden?
no
Or-
that
okay, sorry.
Mayor Pete? Well, actually, I'm gonna bring this Wayman. He brought this up. This was a post that he put out. I like Mayor Pete. Watching him lose to the president could be just what America needs right now.
Oh wow!
And I didn't get to
Who said that?
Wayman, the guy here earlier. And I didn't get to. We were well over an hour at that point, and I just didn't get to elaborate that. But he acknowledged that he liked him. But here's the thing too, you know, Pence, you know, ties to Indiana.
I'm on
You know,
Pence.
did you see his Mayor Pete's quote to Pence?
No.
He made some. I'm gonna talk while I'm gonna go because I want to get the right quote.
The verbatim.
Yeah.
Like the thing about the Democratic Party, as far as like going up against Trump, whomever gets the candidacy, or if they don't go after him in debates, this is over. It's the same as it's going to be the same as what happened last time. There were so many times watching Hillary where I'm like, why don't you start attacking him? The grab pussy just came out. Why don't you go after that? These are things that a Republican politician would do in a heartbeat. And as I made the phrase earlier, Trump is low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Go
I
after
totally
it.
agree.
Snatch it.
Mayor
Drink the
Pete
juice. Drink the juice.
fucking made to me the quote of quotes to put Mike Pence in his place. That's the thing I wish the Mike Pences of the world would understand. That if you got a problem with who I am, your problem is not with me. Your quarrel, sir, is with my creator.
Oh, Pence can't say anything to that.
How could he?
He can't. Hey, you're a God-fearing man. You love.
I saw that. I was like,
you and Mother.
Wow.
You and Mother can't say anything against that.
And I've not seen or heard Pence rebut that.
There's nothing to rebut.
How can he?
No. And that's what we need, someone sharp, quick-witted to literally throw Trump off the rails. It's obviously a possibility. He's not going to stick to script.
Well, the problem is Mayor Pete is like, well, he's only 37.
Yeah.
And what is the 35? Is
yeah,
35?
It's 35 or 34, yeah.
You know, people are talking, I want to say, I don't know if Mars, if this was on Bill Maher's show when he said this, or where I heard it, but, you know, they were like, a lot of people think, you know, some people think Biden's still
the front runner. Yeah.
But Kamala Harris, that's who.
I don't believe it.
That's who Wayman actually said. He thought Kamala would give Trump a run because she's just, intellectually smart. But then they said, what if, someone mentioned, what if it's Kamala and then Pete is her VP? I mean, you're talking
here's
woman.
the thing. Well, here's the thing. The sole reason Trump won is because so many black voters and minority voters and passionate voters took the sideline.
Yeah.
If you had that ticket, you had the minority like vote right there automatically. Mm-hmm. You get the party vote. Yeah, that could be the push to get people back in the polls.
All right, who's your Democratic?
As far as for me personally, I believe that Bernie's too old. That's the only reason why I'm not still pro Bernie Sanders after these past 3 years or 2 years. But I am Pete Buttigieg. I'm not going to I want a fresh face. I want something that more represents the diversity of America and someone that will actually.
So, but go back to Kamala. What's your take on her?
When the whole what was the guy we just elected to the Supreme Court? Kavanaugh. When the whole Kavanaugh thing went off, I was disappointed in her. I was disappointed in his name escapes me. The bald cat. I was disappointed in a lot of people that had the chance to actually go for the throat of issues, and just like the average Democrat, they chose to be political and be a politician. I want her to have teeth. If she wants to display teeth, display teeth. But one thing that lets me know she doesn't, and a lot of Democratic runners for the candidacy, they keep talking about reparations as a way to get minority votes. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Could every Democratic candidate please stop talking about reparations? It's asinine, okay? If that was going to be done, it should be done 150 years ago. Let's get over that. Stop bringing it up. I keep seeing it flashing on MSNBC, CNN, Fox News loves it when they talk about it. It's an asinine issue, and any black person that gets behind that, especially the ones I've seen like supporting it via those media conduits, you're an idiot. Let's move on to things that are actually relevant. It's a straw man issue, that like so many issues that Democrats get held up on. Let's address things that need to be addressed. Mm-hmm. Education, infrastructure, the economy, immigration. Let's stay off the BS of, what about reparations? I believe that people should get reparations because of the atrocity. Get over that shit. Give black people home loans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you hear about this happened within the last week, where Louisville police, they handcuffed a black teen for a wide turn.
Oh, it was on the news, right?
Then told him
like his mother filmed it.
Yeah.
They showed his fist balled up when it was sitting there limp.
Yeah.
That whole incident, and I hope there's still video of it. I need to get it. I need to get it.
It's been viewed over 1 million times, by the way.
Because it's what a black person goes through when they interact with police, and so many white people don't get it. You can see this teen literally standing there nonchalantly, and the cop's like, unball your fist.
Homecoming king of Central High School that just graduated with several scholarships. Probably safe to say that there was no ill intent.
But what color was his skin?
Of course, yeah.
How many times have you heard the police being called on white people barbecuing at a park, sitting at a Starbucks, moving out of their home? These are all stories that have happened in the past 7-8 months.
I know. Why is there not like a group that's just making it happen? Like a podcast or a YouTube
channel? Like, in all honesty, it's like I just don't understand why people don't concentrate on the things that need to be concentrated on. You know, everyone gets bogged down to being PC and all this bullshit. Look, the Republicans and, like, just racist right-wingers, the alt-right, whatever you want to call, like, all these little divvies of the pie, which are the Republican Party, all these people need to be held accountable for how they believe. You can't change people like that unless they are actually held accountable. And now you have someone that actually encourages their bigotry, their xenophobia, that all the bad things of human nature. It's not hard for people to be better people. You just have to look to the man next to you and put yourself in their shoes. And as a black man, I can tell you, when you have a problem with someone kneeling for a social issue and you like just sweep it away and make it about something totally different and ignore that social issue, where are you at as a person?
I'm with you.
That no one took a knee for a flag. We were trying to bring the fact that a small teenage kid can make a wide left turn and then literally be treated like a criminal with his mother present. Like, what white person has to go through that in life? Please tell me, show me them. It's hard.
I'm sorry. Very sorry. I am sorry.
I don't apologize for all black people. Don't apologize for all white people.
Fortunately, I'm not all white, so the half of me that is, I kind of apologize.
If the race war broke out, somehow I think you'd be, hey, no, I'm white too. No. I just had him on the podcast. No, I'm fucking
around. Wow.
It's Hale. My last name is Hale.
It's German.
Hale. That's my last name.
Hale.
Kevin Hale. Actually, that works, yeah. Kevin Hale. Hello.
Oh, my goodness. I'm very excited about your YouTube, man.
Well, you're going to be a guest on it. I hope you know that.
Well, I would be honored to.
I'm hoping that this can, in the first couple months, get enough to where people want to be a part of it. You know, I don't want to be like, hey, Kevin, come on there, please, come on there. You know, but I want you, and I want a lot of people that I've shared formats like this with, because I know you can carry on a conversation, you have opinions, and you're not a knucklehead. It's far too many knuckleheads out there and on the internet in general.
Are you gonna have chicks, all kind of?
Yes, we actually have a plan to have a friend of mine. She happens to be a
It is
black
summertime,
woman.
so they're going to be in bikinis and scantily.
Oh, here we go. We may do an outdoor episode though.
Okay.
There's been talk about. There's been talk about that.
You're in July and August.
Hey, we might do it on the side of a pool
in the middle of the day. In the middle of a heat wave.
You never know. We'll find a nice vestibule to.
Well, you know you can't. You're not able to do any of. Won't be able to do any of those at an outdoor public pool this summer.
Why is that? Oh, are the Louisville pools really not going to be open?
All of them. None of Louisville's outdoor public pools will open this summer. Part of the whole budget issue that the city is enduring.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep. Mayor Fisher announced Friday during a Buzz News conference that none of the pools will be open.
Louisville's too po for the pool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, won't be taking the skinny dip in the public pool this summer.
No, you're going to have to do it in
the lake.
someone's backyard
Backyard.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Jacuzzi.
Jacuzzi. Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Put a couple of women in there. See what happens. Get a little Joe Biden on them. Oh, sniff that hair. So nice. So nice to sniff that hair.
Do we have what can you, by the time this, because this won't be uploaded until probably close to the weekend, so your YouTube
It'll be
will
up.
drop before.
Yeah.
So can you share the name of all this?
You go to YouTube and you put in Askew, Askew CitiZens, and
That sounds very egoistic. You use
egotistical?
your name?
No, well, it's more of a play on words because life is.
I don't
Askew.
call this the Kevin Hale experience. So you
Okay, it's not the Askew experience. It's Askew CitiZens. So therefore, and in actuality, it's a combination of a
your
name.
people.
It's a Yes, my people. It's a combination of my my co-host came up with the name of a group of friends we had when we were little. When I say little, I'm talking like early middle school.
How long y'all go back?
Kindergarten, actually, preschool.
Really? Wow,
Preschool,
okay,
in fact.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
we're old, so we're brothers,
Good.
basically.
Good deal. Good.
But he had this group. I can't tell you the name of the group, but it was something Citizens, and we were like, oh, that was really cool. Like we thought we were cool. We had this little secret, like Citizens. So when I thought of the name of the YouTube channel, was Askew CitiZens. So it was a combination of my last
and
name
also paying homage to what y'all had back in the day.
Yeah,
I
so
like
it was a throw to him,
Okay.
a throw to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
And things are askew, man. We're
Askew
living in an
Citizens.
askew world.
So that's the YouTube. Will there be other, like, you going to have a Facebook page?
Yes,
or-
the Facebook page was created today, but you have to have content to throw people to. So probably by the time this is out, the Facebook page will like pop up.
Well, I'll tell you what. I will not put this out until I know you're ready for me to put it out.
Every video should be like loaded by tomorrow night. So the
Okay,
Facebook
so-
page will be up like I'd say
tomorrow-ish,
Thursday. Yeah.
So what are we, Tuesday?
And I'll put that on blast.
This will be probably by the week. Friday or probably Saturday. So yeah.
Try to get everyone I can. It's just a really, really fun show. The musical aspect is just literally three guys having fun. The first episode is three guys having fun. It's all impromptu. These are not
No script, nothing scripted.
no nothing scripted during the show or like with the musical group.
What's the creative process though? What are you all saying? Like, all right, this is the idea, and we're gonna just run with it for
We literally at the beginning of the music portion, we literally are having a conversation about what we're going to be doing, which is kind of featured in there, like very briefly, so you know that everything
like
is
that.
happening.
I do like that.
organically,
Yeah.
and with at least three of the songs, especially the last one, which we had so much fun doing. I might as well say, they're Steve Gita. It's not hard to figure out who that is. Okay, but we had so much fun doing because our drummer was talking about putting something on his phone. I was like, "Hey, is that an Apple phone?" And he's like, "No, I'm an adult." And I'm like, "Okay, all right." He said he was an adult, and literally, I yell out, "I'm an adult," and we start making a song. And you see it organically happen, and I cannot tell you how fun it is to get in a room and do something like that. And there's also a Donald Trump song that happened impromptu.
I can't wait.
It's absolutely hilarious, man. I can't wait for you to check it out. Can't wait for your
I
audience
can't wait
to check it out. It's
just be put this all over shooting from the lip. Too.
yeah. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
do it. There will be shots out there shooting from the lip. Like I said, I want Louisville to have a encompassing media kind of form because there's no reason for us not to be there by now. You know what I mean? It's all too controlled by the people who control the radio and the news stations.
The radio shit that's dinosaur. I mean, it really is. But I know they got a lot of control. Well, to a certain degree. I mean, no.
Maybe there's a way for us to get it back.
Well,
We'll go guerrilla style.
I'm like, who
We go
really? I love, Dwight Whitten.
That
Dwight.
name sounds really familiar.
He does a evening on AMs 840, 6 to 8 with Tony Vanetti.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
Tony Vanetti.
And he was on a
punch that in his
couple
face.
weeks ago. Yeah,
Fake
good people. They're
Steeler
good
fan.
people.
Oh,
Yeah,
are they?
good
Okay,
people.
well, I'm whoops. Tony, you're
No,
awesome.
they're good people.
Hey, you're
They're
a good
good
Steeler fan.
I love that. But in fairness, how many people listen to AM radio at night? it may be for them, and they're funny as hell. They've got and they've got
I won't say that much.
Great content. They're great, and I'm sure they have an audience. But I just definitely the younger demographic, they're not going to tune into talk radio.
And And that's one of the reasons why I chose to go with the YouTube channel kind of format. Like editing sucks, but people need like, oh wow, I'm actually saying this, like something that like shiny to dangle in front of them to keep their attention. Like at least that younger generation needs that. So it was one of those ways to be like, hey, we can actually like entertain and educate is our big motto.
Now, I know you have, so with your content, I know you're putting it on YouTube. Can you do an audio only of it and it still be okay?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Are you going to?
That's the thing. I mentioned it towards the end of the first episode. There's not going to be a podcast for a while. I don't personally, and as easy as that would be, like after I format something, like go ahead and make it audio, I just personally don't want to go to that format.
Okay.
It's being held by like, what I'm saying, like people like such as yourself and other podcasts I've been on. And as far as a podcast, there's so many. And when it comes to Louisville, I realize there's like a limited market. I don't want to help saturate that market when there's already people that I know I might want to have on my podcast.
My point is, what I'm getting at is that with YouTube, obviously with the video part, a video concept is that you're stuck watching the video. You can't, especially people on their phone.
Yeah,
you got to just watch it.
Trust me.
And if you get out of YouTube, if you get out of the app, the content, it goes away.
Yeah,
it shuts down.
Well, I think everyone's got the new updated app where it saves a little box in there, but that's aside from the point. I realize the realm I'm stepping into. Oh, trust me. It's one of those things where it's like if you want to check it out, you're going to want to check it out because there's so many.
Well, you're keeping the duration of the content or the segments or whatever. You're not, because we're closing in on an hour.
Oh wow!
Most of mine are no, it's fine. But most of mine lately have been about an hour or so.
When our drummer and consultant, I should say, who's going to be on a few episodes, when we talked with him and showed him the raw product, one of the first things he asked was, "How long? What's it going to be?" And he told us our first episode was like an hour 20 minutes, something around. And he told us you need to break this up. That way, you kind of you'll have more content. And two, you give someone the option of, okay, well, I only had 15 or so minutes. I can catch the rest of this later. And you also have two more to look forward to. When we start doing skits, the skits we put up, they could range anywhere from 1 minute and 30 seconds or 4 minutes. But there's going to be all different types of content. If there's only one day we can work with a certain musician, we may just put that up as this one band day.
Is there a schedule? Are you trying?
Yes, we're going to have at least one episode a month.
Okay.
So you'll get that at least, I'd say at least every episode along with the musical performance will be at least an hour easily. Probably broken into chunks, same as the first. But outside of that, the skits, impromptus, sometimes I sing songs to my dog. I might put those up there if we get popular enough. People might enjoy that, So it's just going to be it's all about just sharing ideas, dressing serious to fun things, but just bottom line having fun.
Exactly.
And keeping it every day. Something that anyone can relate to of any race, creed, color, age, because we just feel like if you watch this, if you watch our band portion and you don't have fun through that, you can just never watch the channel again.
I cannot wait to see this.
The Donald Trump song, to see it actually, because you see us acting silly. I left that in editing wise.
Have you created a Facebook page for this? I probably asked you.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because that's coming.
Yes. Okay. And you see us literally just kind of fooling around, and we start to think about doing a Donald Trump song just because I was kind of being silly, and then we're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and make this silly song, and everything you see is off the fly.
I love that.
No, it's what makes it fun. What makes it worth doing, because it's not about, hey, this is the best thing you're ever going to hear, but you'll hear it and be like, oh, okay, head nod and toe tap.
It sounds fun, but it also sounds a little different too.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
We're not trying to be that same everything, you know. It's one time you'll see two hosts of a show actually jump from behind the desk and
there's
then
three
get
of
down.
you, basically three of you guys.
Our house band will always consist of the three individuals. As far as the host, it's just me and my friend Darren Beckham.
That's right.
The intermediate guests, those will change.
Gotcha.
This, as I said in our first episode, this will probably be the only episode where it's only like just me and him talking.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a lot of ideas, a lot of people we know. Like,
You sound excited about it.
it's
Good.
It's a passion project,
Good.
you know, and
Absolutely,
it's nice to be able to actually be in an environment where I know I can like just put my work into it. If people like it, they like it. They don't. I don't have to read comments, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know, it's like I don't care. So it's different from being like, you know, the guy that walks in and it's like, oh yeah, that's the guy that got shot. I got 8 more jokes.
Now, where are you doing this? Where are you recording? Is there a certain?
No, it varies.
Oh, so no designated.
No.
Okay.
No. We our next episode we're actually we don't know. We have like 2 places where we're thinking about doing it, but we don't know exactly where that's going to take place. So
You might wind up in the Cummings dungeon.
It's possible. It's possible. If they'd be cool, like, you know what I'm saying, us setting up cameras, we could do like a crossover where it's just like everything's going down at once. That would kind of be cool, you know? That would be cool.
Well, mi casa, su casa.
Oh, man. Actually, yeah, that is a really cool idea. I should whisper it to make it sound hot. It's going to be a really good idea. Listen. Yes, good idea. Yeah.
I can't wait, brother. Looking forward to
I
that.
can't either. That's a
I
really
need to
cool
get
idea.
you. Come on, more often, man.
Well, that was the whole thing. I was just kind of literally hiding out because a lot of times I'd come here and it just lead into a longer night and just need to kind of get some.
The warrant, right? The outstanding warrant, right?
Yes, man. The feds are after me, man. They after me. It's funny. It's like I talk about the KSR sit, and you say something like that, people are going to be like, seriously, is there a warrant out for this guy? Yes, don't I look like a criminal? I'm so dangerous. Ooh.
In the Wu-Tang.
Oh, it's the Wu-Tang shirt.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for giving me another hour's worth of content. No, it's all good. It's just the way it is right now, and I'm totally okay with it.
It was kind of weird how the conversation just kept flowing.
It just kept. Well, to me, that's the best. It's not the time. The time is secondary because we just realized we've had a good fucking time, and it's like 11:22, and I'm. Kevin's probably up there going, "Where are they at? Are they still up there podcasting?" Yeah, we're up here. So
We can go join them.
my brother,
My
Love you,
brother.
man.
My brother from
So
another
much.
mother.
So much.
Yeah. You got good times ahead.